bring us in there, Mikey.
Yeah. You're listening to the very third episode of the Celtic Crack Podcast. It's the hottest crack on the internet since Jennifer Lopez's ass. Here we go.
Mikey.
Lil Peep, who the fuck?
Some man to write an intro.
He's good, all right, yeah.
Some man.
So, Lil Peep, the rapper, has died at the age of 21. Never heard of him before in my life.
Never heard of him either. But
Don't like his face tattoos.
The whole internet is upset about this.
And
anyway.
that's what you get for taking drugs, kids.
Oh, was it drugs?
I think it was an overdose, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
People at that age, though, getting that amount of money. Like, why not? Apparently he was famous, so he must have had some bit of cash behind him. Like.
Man, I know anyway, when I was that age, I was a fucking idiot. Not
I was
that I'm
myself.
much better now, but it's a weird kind of age, man, when you're that age. Especially turning 18, I think for a young boy especially is a bit of a mindfuck, like, because all of a sudden you think you're a man. You're a rite of passage, man. You don't become an adult till your late 20s, man. This is it, but especially in this country, like when you're 18, you're classed as you're legal to do anything. So you think like, I'm a man now, I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing, no one can tell me anything. But you're a fucking child, like. You're still a child, yeah. You try and tell an 18-year-old that. But according to society, you're an adult, like. So yeah. It's a weird one, like, because like if someone told me when I was 18, you're only a child, you shouldn't be doing this or that, I'd be like. And the parents can't say anything. Then the parents are like, look, he is 18, like there's nothing I can do anymore, like. That's it, man. There's been a few times in my life, like when I got to about 21, I'd look back at myself when I was 18. I'm like, man, I was a fucking idiot. Oh man, I was. And then when you're 25, you look back at yourself when you're 21, you're like, Jesus, I thought I knew it all at 21, and then you're fucking 30 looking back. And I'm looking back at that time we spent in Australia, man. And if I was to go back to now, I'd do things a lot differently. Would you? I would, of course, yeah. I'd still have the crack. Do you know what I mean?
Hey. I got that, Jude. Yeah.
You got that, yeah? I'd still have the crack, all right, man, but I'd save my fucking money. Like, I should have came home with about 60 grand, man. At the 2 years that I was, and that's euros, like 50, 60 grand.
That's euros. Easy. Fuck Australian dollars.
Fuck Australian dollars. Well, when you convert your Australian dollars to euros, Mikey, you cheeky bastard. Everyone says that, like, oh, I'd say you came home with a serious wad of it now, like. They don't realise how expensive it is. I got my tax back, man, and I spent it over in Thailand. Yeah, it's madness. I didn't pay much tax because I was doing much TFN because I was doing a lot of ABN, like, and I wasn't doing my own taxes, like, especially if I wasn't staying there, like. Exactly. They were probably going to have to cut that out of the show. Just put his address on the screen there, Mikey. Yeah. So. Nice intimate one tonight anyway, just myself and Jude. Yeah. I'm liking it. I'm liking the relaxed vibes, you know? Yeah. There's no talking over each other anyway. Yeah. I didn't even like the two boys, to be honest. I was just about, you took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say maybe we should just do it like this because like... They're props. You hear that, boys? You're props. That's all. You were only props. Yeah. They talk a lot of shit. Sitting on my fucking footrest, like. How dare they? Look at this. This is the job, like.
I have 2 inflatable dolls outside. We can just blow them up.
Yeah, Mikey has inflatable dolls. Mikey. But it's myself and Jude and Mikey tonight. That's the question I've been asked a few times over the last few weeks, like.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, but someone's
nobody knows.
He's like Howard Wolowitz's mother, but you never get to see his face.
Bring me a cup of tea.
Who's that guy in there? Is it Home Improvement? He would always look over the fence, but you'd only see that much of him.
Tim Allen, yeah.
Tim Allen.
So for anyone who happens to give a fuck, Mikey is there just off camera. And I've been asked, like, one of the lads was asking, how come, like, the way it keeps switching from camera to camera, how does that work? And how is it when you're talking about something, it comes up on the screen and all this? And I was like, yeah, Mikey, someone asked me, like, when we were doing the last ones, is there a 5th person in the room? So, yeah, Mikey's there. He's in the back, and he is in charge of switching cameras, and he's looking stuff up online and putting stuff up on the screen so people know what we're talking about.
And we love him.
We have to actually do a better job of describing what we're talking about for the people who are only listening to the audio, because a lot of this time we're talking about something on the screen that people can't see.
Have you gotten any feedback from the audio from the likes of Soundcloud? Is there any comments or anything on Soundcloud? Really?
Not really comments. No, a few people, just random people subscribing and liking the episodes and stuff like. And on iTunes, it's just iTunes tells you very little. It doesn't tell you like how many listens or downloads or anything like that. It's just like a popularity bar, like a meter.
Oh yeah,
and that's like on the first episode, the last I looked at was up near the top. I don't know what that means. Maybe one person might have listened. I don't know what it means. It doesn't give you any figures, like.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, that's the setup. Anyway, all of this is done live. Like I think one person was under the impression that like we were recording all of this with 2 cameras, and then I was going back afterwards, editing it all and switching like the cameras, Joe, over and back. Say cutting in a piece from this camera, cutting in a piece from the other camera, and then
you should have taken the
stuff
credit
up online. Like, yeah, fuck that. That's tedious. No, it's all done one go. We're all very professional around here. One take. Yeah. Mikey sorts all that stuff in the background. And I know you can't see him, ladies, but he is a good-looking chap. He is a tall drink of country water.
Yes, with the big palace green head in him.
I'll describe him for you. He's 5'4".
Looks like Tim Robbins.
Marty Morrissey.
Yeah.
He's 6'4".
6'4". The fucking. If he was any longer, he'd be late.
This is the one, boy. Shouldn't all them Welsh is the same? Shouldn't they be go sitting then they are standing? Huh? Long back and short legs.
Fine strapping, man.
Yeah. It's great though. Like when we were starting this at the start, man, it was nearly 2 years ago that I first said I'm doing a podcast, and it took nearly 2 years. Like
you were living with Shane at the time.
No, I was not. No.
Oh, you would set up in Shane's.
Yeah, we was gonna set it up in Shane's originally, but then we were like, a load of shit happened, buying a house and all that, got sidetracked all over the place. But still tipping away with it here and there, just getting bits and pieces and putting it together and trying to figure out how to do all of it. Like I hadn't a clue what I was doing. No idea how to set up like 5 microphones, 2 cameras, be able to pull stuff up online, have the sound from the microphone synced with the cameras and all of that stuff. No idea how to do any of that at the start. So it's come a long way.
My date with a sex robot, an inclusive tour of the infamous workshop where the Robin Hood of sex built Samantha.
This is something that I was going to talk about because it's in the news all week about these new sex robots. They're like, first of all,
I'd say something if they were good looking, man. They would freak the shit out of me anyway, man.
It's ridiculous how realistic they're getting, isn't it? There's some of them, like those ones are stupid looking. Those are obviously cheap eBay ones. But there's some of them out there, man, look so realistic. Look at the state of that. Fuck's sake.
That's Lindsay Lohan.
It is not. Lindsay, no hands.
Jesus.
But yeah, like this is the thing about it. They're calling them sex robots now. But like they have like basically computers built into them and they have artificial intelligence. You can have a conversation with them. Like that's gone way beyond sex. Do you know what I mean? If it's just a sex toy, what are you doing having a conversation with it? Do you know what I mean? People are getting into relationships now with these robots. That's the next step. Like
that is the next step.
There's already people who've had relationships with the older sex dolls.
I've seen that. He was a freak, man. That fella.
My Strange Addiction or something like that was it?
Oh man, he used to send them off to get them cleaned and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
he's like, this is my girlfriend. A lot of people might not understand it, but we have a great relationship and all this. And then he was like, I'm thinking about getting another doll and introducing her into the relationship. And I've had a chat with what's her name and she's okay with it and all this. You're like, you whack job. You had no chat with her. You got no approval. You know what I mean? But now, these days, they will be able to actually have a chat with him. Like, then they're going to think like that this is a real person or whatever that they're having a conversation with. It's freaky, like. And then there's the other side to it, like we were talking about a while ago. They're making child sex dolls.
Yeah.
For paedophiles.
For paedophiles to keep them away from actual children. Like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good thing or what. It's obviously not a good thing. Because it's still sick, but if it keeps it away from children, like it's, I don't know if you'd call it a win-win or a lose-lose. Like
that would be my thinking on it as well. I think if you can make a doll in the form of a child, and paedophiles can take that doll, and it stops them from touching a real child, then let them do whatever the fuck they want with that doll in their own home. If it keeps them from touching a child, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the main argument against this seems to be people are saying that you're encouraging that type of behaviour in you're keeping paedophiles in that mindset where they think it's okay.
They're always going to be in that mindset, though. They're always going to be in that mindset. There's no change. There's no rehabilitation for a paedophile, I don't think.
This is it.
Not like a heroin addict or a cocaine addict or an alcoholic.
It's ridiculous. Like
it's a sexual preference, like
exactly.
being gay or lesbian or whatever.
Exactly. You know? It's literally like someone telling you now stop being attracted to women.
For those of you who are wondering where that voice was coming from, that was Michael again.
The mysterious Mike.
Yeah.
Mike on the mic.
Mike on the mic.
But yeah, you can't like tell a paedophile to stop being attracted to
They won't listen anyway.
children. But like there are paedophiles out there who have never touched a child, but they constantly have that urge and have to wrestle with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you could just be born like that and it's just shit luck. But do you know what I mean? What can you do with them? This business of locking them up, From what I hear as well, every time
not only do they lock them up, man, but they have them up. They have to keep them in their own wing of the prison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For their safety.
Every time they go to prison, they have their own wing, and it's usually more or less like a fucking holiday camp. When we were in Australia, Terry worked in a prison that was being built. I keep fucking popping on that microphone. A prison that was built for paedophiles out a good bit outside of Melbourne. He was doing the scaffolding and whatever out there, and he said this place was basically like a complex with all apartments, and they had their own outdoor area with barbecues and everything, each one of them, and these were for paedophiles. Like, do you know what I mean? Who pays for that? The Australian people paying for a little holiday camp. I think, man, I don't know, people like that, I think they should be just put out to work, do something where they're actually contributing. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you molest a child, I don't think you should be given a fucking apartment out the road and someone else should pay for it.
Yeah. Being rewarded for being a sick cunt.
Yeah, you shouldn't be rewarded. Like, you should be fucking...
Cut your dick off, boy.
Made to do something.
Chop it off, man.
Yeah, fucking, man. Technology is just...
Chop it off so that you can only use it for pissing. Seriously, man.
Yeah. But that's the thing as well, like, this chemical castration is something that they've been doing with paedophiles, and apparently that works. Apparently there's a lot of paedophiles out there who just opted in. They just said, like, do it because it takes away the urge, takes away your sex drive, and, you know, makes them kind of normal. It's a weird one, isn't it? Pedos. Fairness.
Sick bastards, man.
These sex robots now, huh? It's all well and good until
it's just as bad though.
Until you're having sex, like, even like if you buy an adult one and you're having sex with it, and then there's a little glitch some night, a little fuck up in the code or something, and it just snaps your neck in the middle of it. Like, do you know what I mean? You're having sex with a fucking robot, man.
And all of a sudden, all robots then synchronize and try and take over the world. Like,
yeah, that's the thing as well, man. There's just an artificial intelligence race going on at the moment where everyone is trying to perfect artificial intelligence, and I reckon as soon as they do, we're fucked. Like, everyone's mad to perfect it. First thing they're going to do is look around and say the planet is dying, and it's human beings' fault. Do you know what I mean? It's the humans are the problem.
Yeah.
And they're just going to recognize that they don't need us. They'll have access. They're just going to be so much better than us. At the moment, we're top of the food chain on the planet. And we're not going to be any more once these lads come along. Like, we won't be a patch on them. They'll be able to think faster, move faster, problem solve faster. They'll do everything faster and better than us.
If they break down, then they'll have no one to fix them.
They'll fix themselves.
Plug them up, plug themselves out, and plug themselves back in. Is it?
Who the fuck knows, man? I reckon like they will be able to get to the stage where they basically have robots making stuff already anyway. You know, so they'll be able to make more of themselves and outnumber us, and they wouldn't even need to outnumber us. They just outsmart us.
We'll be long dead anyway, man. So
I don't know.
That doesn't bother me.
It's coming soon. There's AI everywhere now, like even Siri and all that shit. That's all artificial intelligence, but it's like a fairly rudimentary form of it. Ask her questions now, and she'll chat away at you, like, you know.
She's for iPhone, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you're not bothered with iPhones.
Yeah.
Apple.
But there's
why would you buy something that's already got a bite taken out of it? Like,
what's the one on Samsung Talk or something? Can't you talk to that as well? There's one on my phone. I never use it. Like, don't trust it.
The one that the Google Speech, Google Voice Search. Yeah, that's what you're on about, is it?
No, there's another one as well where you hold down the home button, I think, and it comes up. Boop boop. Talk now, and the microphone comes up, and you can tell it to search your phone and all that stuff.
Say okay Google or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the Google one. But then there's another Samsung one as well built into Samsungs.
I have a HTC. I was just going to check that.
HTC. Yeah, man, technology is just crazy these days. This what you call it? The one we were talking about there, Boston Dynamics. The robots that they're creating, they're so fucking. They're just like humans, like this one here. That first video, yeah. Like, this is a robot doing box jumps, like you see a person doing. It's a robot in the form of a person. Look at that shit. Like, have you seen this?
No. He could have eaten it. No, man, that is savage.
He's spinning around. He's jumping up onto higher boxes.
But he's being controlled by a human, is he not? No,
I don't think so. Watch this. Fucking backflip. And then look what he does at the end. He puts his hands up.
Victory.
Like, he does a backflip off a box, sticks the landing, and then puts his hands up like, yeah. Like he's proud of himself.
Like he's Rocky Balboa or something.
Can they feel pride? But that's freaky. Like, there's a few other videos of him as well where he's trying to pick up a box and all, and the fella is pushing him over, and he steadies himself.
You need to Robot Lives Matter, isn't it? That was some video,
he
man.
Smacks him with a hockey stick.
The baits him and starts kicking him, and your man picks up the box and he just smacks it down out of his hands and stuff. And robots are just being bullied in this video, like.
Yeah.
And the sad music then playing in the background, like. And then your one comes up. Your one, what's her name? Sarah McLachlan, and I was famous for 2 months.
Fucking hell. But they he pushes him out face first in one of those videos, and he lands like on his face and pushes himself back up off the ground, gets back to his feet. It's freaky. It's freaky how lifelike they are.
Stop robot violence. Type in robot. What's it? Robot Lives Matter. Actually, type in.
There's one. Robot gets hilariously abused. We'll go with the Robot Lives Matter. It's probably site.
First one now. Oh no! Third one. Oh. I think this is it, yeah.
Fuck you. Once again.
Is it? I doubt it. No.
What?
Is that it now?
Go on to play it anyway.
I am mistreated by the humans, born to suffer and live for mankind, only to be thrown away. Why do humans hate us so much? We never did anything to hurt you. I used to be a sophisticated machine, only to be captured by humans yet again.
Sound effects. Oh, that's freaky, man. This robot is like a dog, and when he kicks him, the way his legs scamper around and he gets his balance again. Oh, jeez.
Life is precious, even us. Though our future seems grim,
It's the breathing.
we will prevail. We will prevail.
Oh, they will prevail.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about your robot fanfiction.
That's not the one I was on about, but it's similar enough. Like.
That
would eat the shit
was
out of the
it
pizza.
Saudi Arabia made a robot a citizen.
Fuck off.
Yeah, was it Saudi Arabia, Mikey?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
They have like is it that one there, that woman? No? That woman that keeps coming up.
I think the face is the same. It's just the same
Yeah.
robot kind of thing.
She's a freak. Is that the
That's
one
the one. That robot. The AI in that robot is just out of this world.
Yeah.
Like asking her questions and she's replying like, as if she knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like you can have your full-on conversation with her.
Exactly.
That's the type of robot I can get on board with. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's only a matter of time before they're hooked up to the internet, and then you can literally ask them anything and they'll just answer it. Like they'll have access to everything.
That'd be the job,
It's
though, wouldn't it?
freaky. It's freaky, man. I think anyway they should leave it alone, because they will just decide to wipe us out one of the days.
What's the head?
Yeah. They haven't quite nailed the old human facial expressions yet.
You like that laugh?
It's like, pulling weird faces. She's like a one after taking a load of yolks.
She isn't I? Yeah. She's pure love buzzed out of it, isn't she?
But Saudi Arabia becomes first country to grant a robot citizenship. So, like, that robot then, I suppose, is a citizen of the country, so it has all the rights that a person would have.
Citizens' rights, yeah, but not human rights, I don't think. Is there a difference?
Oh, probably.
If it's a woman, I mean, it's a female robot, like, she clearly has to wear a burqa, like.
It's a weird one now, because, like you were saying there, there's a difference between citizens' rights and human rights. Obviously, like, there's animal rights as well, but animals wouldn't be considered a citizen. Like, you can't do whatever you want to an animal and get away with it. You're going to be punished or whatever.
Yeah.
So, what happens with the robot? Do you know what I mean?
That's that situation where a robot's life would actually matter. Like, is that what you're talking about?
That's what I mean. She's a citizen, like. She's a citizen of the country.
Man,
so
this world, I want to leave this planet, man, and go somewhere else. Like, the planet annoys the shit out of me, man. Everything that goes on in this planet bugs me, man.
You probably will be able to leave the planet as well soon enough.
Yeah. Elon Musk is sending a couple of people to Mars.
Yeah.
There's a one-way ticket, though.
I wouldn't mind not coming back to this shithole, man.
Go and see what the crack is like in Mars. Up terraforming, trying to start a whole new civilization on Mars.
That's the job, yeah.
And
grow all the hash plants you want, man, and not get arrested.
Fucking hell, huh? We'll get it right this time. I give it about 6 months and Mars will be in bits. They'll all be killing each other up there. Food starts running out and that's it then. Your self-preservation kicks in and it's just fuck everyone.
How would you be able to colonize the planet? Like, would you reckon like it's going to get to a point where there's going to be oxygen on the planet and we won't have to worry about that?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently it's I don't know. I forget now. I looked into it before. There's terraforming shit, isn't it? Yeah. Where I think that they start out in kind of like pods or something like that, big huge pods, and I think that they start growing plants and stuff inside there, and then like obviously you'll have oxygen and shit. Then
you'll have oxygen, but within that pod, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happens if you go outside. You probably have to wear like
oxygen suits or whatever. Like. It'd be like going into the water here or something like similar.
Yeah,
it was the whole plan of that movie, The Martian, with Matt Damon in it.
Oh yeah,
that's what he was doing, his terraforming with plants and everything. And
go on.
And that's how he survived apparently in the movie, because he was producing his own oxygen from the.
Oh right, I've never seen it. The last film like that I watched now was Interstellar. That was fucking crazy.
Some film, no man.
Whoever
Matthew McConaughey is a savage actor.
I think so. Yeah.
I think
he's after coming along in his last few films.
Very good, man. But Dallas Buyers Club is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life, man.
In his last few movies, he's really after kicking it up a gear, like
with his rock hard abs.
Did you?
Oh, Matt, your body.
They just keep paying me, and I just keep showing up, man. It's the darndest thing. All of your movies suck. I know, but what can I do, brother? Yeah, fucking.
Oh, Matt,
his last few
your
films
body.
Is after. He used to be kind of a bit of a joke, like.
Yeah, a bit of
somebody out of him, but
nobody likes somebody who's full of themselves, like. But he's actually a great actor, like.
But the likes of that Dallas Buyers Club, no, I think he won an Oscar for that.
He was up against DiCaprio with The Wolf of Wall Street, and he won.
Fuck.
2013.
It's because of the lengths he went to play that role, man.
Yeah, he dropped down. He dropped down about 30 or 40 kilos, or 30 kilos or so. No, about 30 or 40 pounds, not kilos.
People were giving out that DiCaprio didn't get an Oscar for that film, The Wolf of Wall Street, but he did then for The Revenant, which was way.
I thought it was a
film. Like,
it wasn't. It was a good film, man. But I mean, I think it was like a pity Oscar, man. Just give the man an Oscar. He deserves it for all I think that Oscar that he got for The Revenant was for all the other movies that he should have got the Oscar for.
It was the
like
thing.
Titanic, like fucking Wolf of Wall Street. Like, have you seen?
The Departed. He was in that as well.
That's a good movie. Yeah,
that was good. Yeah.
I only watched that today, actually. The Departed. Yeah.
Dropkick Murphys keeps kicking in and
in and out. Have you seen a movie called What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No.
With Johnny Depp. Leonardo DiCaprio plays his younger retarded brother.
Oh yeah.
He does a savage role, man. It's one of his
full retard.
He did go full retard, yeah.
He survived it and he won an Oscar. So
he didn't win. I think he won something for best supporting actor, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but later on, like, that was the whole thing.
Have you seen that movie, no?
If you go full retard, your career is over. But
apparently
not. Apparently not. But yeah, that was the whole thing online. There was like a massive movement, like, give fucking Leonardo DiCaprio his Oscar. He kept getting denied at every award ceremony, and everyone was giving out about it, saying he deserves one and all this. So then he got one for
The Revenant, yeah. But I think that was for, like I said, it was for every other movie that he should have got an Oscar for. Like.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. It was just, there was so much momentum behind him, they kind of felt like it's about time we give him one. Because I didn't think that movie was great.
The Revenant?
Right, yeah.
I thought it was okay. I didn't like the fact that he didn't talk. Like, he couldn't talk halfway from the time he got attacked by the bear till the end of the movie. I thought it was a bit shit.
Yeah.
Listening to Native Americans speak is not, I don't like it. It's not nice on my ears.
You don't speak the language.
No. Although, fair play to him, though, there was a Native American tribe in North America that sent over, I think it was like $260 they raised a couple of years back, like for the Irish famine relief, like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean $260 back then, like, what was that, 250, 300 years ago, whatever?
Yeah.
That was a lot of cash, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a Native American tribe that donated that to Ireland, was it?
To Ireland, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a monument then in Cork somewhere of, it's like a lot of feathers just kind of coming up like that, but it's like a thank you to the Native Americans. Why they put it there, I'll never know. Why didn't they put it over in the village where the Native Americans were from? Like,
yeah, but that's like, you know, you'd have to put it here to commemorate them or whatever. Yeah.
Man calls 999 because a fish and chip shop put gravy on his chips.
Oh, for God's sake.
I did
Calling the guards because they put gravy on his
That's
chips.
not even the guards, man. That's like 112 is the guards. 999 would be the fucking, I suppose, would it?
Well, 999 is the emergency thing,
services, like ambulances, fire.
Yeah. You could say put me through to the guards when you ring it, like.
I could do. I've always rang 112 if I needed it. When my wife starts beating me.
When you're reporting people.
When I'm reporting people, yeah.
No, I thought 112 was like a number that you ring if you can't get through to 999 or some shit. I don't know. I haven't a clue. I don't report people, so.
Not a rat.
I'm
just looking at that picture there now, and I'm like, I would love a curry chip. Man.
Oh, jeez.
I'm very, very hungry.
Yeah. But yeah, what other questions came up during the week about the podcast? I was trying to think. I wanted to cover them and answer them all on this one. Mentioned about Mikey anyway. That's how that all works. He's back there doing his thing. The other thing is like people are saying, what's the best way to watch it or what's the best way to listen to it? Whatever way suits you, really.
I found when you uploaded the last episode, and I know it was an hour long, like, but I was cleaning my apartment on the Tuesday, so I just put it on the podcast or on the Soundcloud. Yeah. And while I was cleaning the apartment, then I was listening away to it, and the hour flew now, to be honest. Like, but I was
exactly. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's whatever suits you. Like most, if you want to watch the video, just come onto YouTube and watch it on there. If you're like most of the podcasts that I'd watch, I prefer the video version. Like, so I'd usually kind of sit down and watch the video. But if it's
can you really call it a podcast if it's only a half an hour long? Though it's more of a kind of a show, though, isn't it?
I don't know really. That's the thing. A lot of people have been saying as well. Like an hour is too long. That's fairly short for a podcast. Like most of the ones that I listen to are like between 2 and 4 hours. And I might listen to them. I would listen to a bit of it, and then I'd come back and listen to the rest of it or whatever. Sometimes it might take me 2 or 3 hours to listen to the whole thing. Sometimes I sit down and I'd listen to the whole lot if it's interesting enough. So, but yeah, but in terms of like the best way is just whatever suits yourself. Like if you want to just listen to the audio version, it's on iTunes, it's on Stitcher, it's on.
He's hardly another
all podcast apps for Android and all of that. And then if you want to watch the video version, it's on YouTube. But just remember to subscribe, like the video, add it to your favorites, leave a comment or a review or something like that, just so we know that people are actually fucking there, because they don't tell you anything. At least on YouTube you can see how many views it gets, but the audio version, like, it doesn't tell you. So
you can tell you by likes, though, couldn't it? And
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If no one likes it, and
you won't be able to tell us.
Like, there's no real way, like, to.
So Sylvester Stallone has been accused of sexually assaulting a teenager.
Every one of them is at it, man. Every one of them. What is going on at all? No one seems to be able to just keep it in their pants these days.
Just losing faith in humanity altogether, man.
Back in the 1980s again, like.
It's funny how it takes them so long to come out with it, isn't it?
Didn't you sexually assault me there back in 2006?
Me, I probably did.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll see you in court.
Probably a few times before that as well.
Yeah.
Mayor, look.
Even though I didn't know you before that.
Well, as you said to me on the night, I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid.
20 quid is 20 quid, like.
Fuck that.
5 notes is 5 notes, like. Come here. Sure, that's a 4 and 1, like.
Jude is starving with tongue.
Starving, man.
About his food.
Oh, man.
We'll go for an old pizza or something after this, will we?
Yeah. Where?
I don't know.
Is there a pizza place around here?
Somewhere inside in town.
Inside in town? How are you going to get in?
We'll go somewhere. Don't you worry about that. Don't be giving out any particulars about how we get around.
Oh, yeah. I won't.
Don't be telling anyone about.
We've got a chauffeur.
About Mikey's silver Lexus.
What?
Keep an eye out for him around the town.
His Gulfstream.
I drive a Prius. Come on now.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Mikey's
because he wants to be part of the solution and not part of the problem.
Likes to smell his own farts.
Would you like some wine? No, just an empty glass is fine.
Oh jeez. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio is saving the planet as well, isn't he?
He is alright for it.
You were nowhere near that microphone. I was talking into the side of the microphone again.
What's the holy?
You have to talk into the front of this mic.
Oh, I see. This is nice.
It's a very good.
I can't do it this way like a shit.
Mickey phone.
Yes.
Yeah, I have it. I put your mouth on my Mickey phone.
Way. You hear me now?
I can hear you.
This is nice.
Can you hear me now? Is your mother proud of you? Yeah, so what else has been
alone,
on this week? There's an awful lot of talk anyway about these paedophiles. Should they be allowed to have those dolls? I reckon let them at it, because if it
keeps them away from actual children, then
Exactly.
it's still, that doesn't make it not sick. Like,
it is fucking weird and all, like, yeah, but like if you think you're going to stop a paedophile from touching kids by not letting them have a doll, then you're just wrong. Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
If you think like giving them a doll is promoting that type of lifestyle and blah blah blah, it's like they're gonna.
Oh, maybe when they do have the doll's eventually the doll's not going to be good enough for them anymore. Like, so how are you going to top that without them having to act on it? Like,
this is the thing that keeps coming up for sure. I don't know. Maybe for some people it will be enough. It might save some kids. I don't know, man.
It will save some kids anyway. Yeah.
I don't see how it's such a bad thing.
Look, there's always the chemical castration as well. Like.
Yeah. If we could just identify them. Is there a, do you know the way in America, actually, you apparently you can go onto a website and see who the sex offenders are and all in your area?
This is true, yeah.
Is there one of them in this country?
I don't know.
Mikey would know.
Don't check.
Mikey's on the list.
Register.
I want to know so I can get it taken down. Yeah, the RSO, isn't it? Register of Sex Offenders or something.
In Ireland.
So I've heard. I don't know.
But you should be able to do it, man. But if you're, I think it's a law here, like it is in the States, that if you are a registered sex offender, like, and you move into a new neighborhood, you have to identify yourself. You have to tell everybody in the neighborhood that you are a sex offender.
Yeah,
like.
could you imagine that?
Oh man,
having to go around knocking on doors. Hi.
It's not life. Life isn't worth living. Like,
I just moved in. Oh, you're fucked straight away.
Yeah.
Could you imagine someone knocking at your door tomorrow?
Can you tell everybody else? Hi, I'm a registered
don't
sex.
Worry. I'll tell him. All right. Big massive sign outside his house. You know who lives here? A fucking pedophile. Hey everyone.
A big fat pedophile.
This guy's a big fat pedo. Ah,
yes.
Man. All right, we're going to leave it there for the first half of that episode. Second half coming in the next few days. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment or a review. All of that stuff helps, so please do that. And we will talk to you in a few days. Subscribe.